Hey guys, I'm Running Time HD, and welcome back to Quick Quips with Steven Seagal. This time, Steven Seagal is out for a kill. Out for a Kill, released in 2003, direct-to-video, which does not surprise me in the slightest. Most of the films from this point onward are going to be straight-to-video, so get used to that. But this film is like, the plot is about Steven Seagal, and he's an archaeologist, even though he dresses like Morpheus from The Matrix. And because he wears, the entire film, he wears this big-ass brown trench coat. And it's like, I don't think Alan Grant would walk around his, like, whole archaeological, like, camp going, like, what if I told you? like, he just had a blue pill and a red pill on him and these glasses, and it's just like, what if I told you dinosaurs weren't actually dead? But, like, yeah, it's an example. Like, and it's like, he's in the middle of the desert, and he's wearing a brown trench coat. Like, aren't you hot, dude? Like, why are you wearing a jacket in the middle of the desert? Leather jacket, by the way. It's a leather jacket. So, I bet Steve was just like, no, I could wear normal clothes, but I just don't think it really represents who I am, you know? I own lots of weapons, and, you know, I know karate, so it's just like, I think a trench coat really represents me. And it's like, it's just so odd. He wears it, by the way, when I say he wears it throughout the whole film, I mean he wears it throughout the entire film. He never takes the thing off. And if it's not brown, it's black. He either wears a black or brown trench coat throughout the entire film, and it's really distracting. And another distracting thing about the movie, every time the movie switches to a new scene or a new, like, a new scene, it says, like, 7:23 Paris, Friday. And it's like, we don't need to know that it's 7:23 on a Friday in Paris. Like, if you show us a shot of the Eiffel Tower, we know it's in France and in Paris. You know what I mean? Everybody knows where the fucking Eiffel Tower is. You know what I mean? And there's even scenes where it's like Chinatown, then it switches to Bulgaria or something. Then we go to a scene that we've already know has been established that's in Chinatown. We're in Chinatown, just to let you know. We know that you've already known this location, but it's in Chinatown. But anyway, back to the plot. He's an archaeologist, and he like studies Chinese archaeology, and he got like an award at a university at the beginning of the movie. And then what happens is his, like, archaeologist partner gets killed by these, like, Chinese drug lords / like, mafia members, and then I thought that's when the revenge was going to begin, but no. He then walks out of his house for some reason during a scene, and then with terrible green screen. Like, it was awful. The green screen in that scene genuinely looked like a fucking asylum movie at some points. And it had a $14 million budget. That's kind of impressive that it could look that terrible. You have to see the movie to believe it. And his house blows up. And he doesn't look sad that his wife has been blown to smithereens. He just looks kind of like peeved about it. You know? And it's like, oh man, my wife's dead. I'm gonna go kill some Chinese mafia members now. Like, he says that he's super upset that his wife got killed, but he never, like, cries about it. He never is, like, super sad about it. He never, like, looks at a picture of her and, like, reminisces about the good times. His entire movie is just like, you know, my wife's dead. That's really sad. I'm gonna kill some guys now. You over there with the shotgun. Don't make me do this. Like, I don't know. It's super weird. Because, like, Steven Seagal is a terrible actor already, and he can't act. So, like, he doesn't know how to show emotion other than... He doesn't know bang, bang, shooty, shooty. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know any other emotion than lifeless husk. And I guess that's good for some roles, but in a scene where he's supposed to be sad, he cannot emote. He's like a robot, you know? And that, like... So basically, he goes on a revenge quest, and he kills an entire Chinese, like, drug cartel, crime family. He kills an entire Chinese crime family. But for some reason, during, like, an opening scene where they introduce the characters, I think they call it a cartel, but I'm like, I don't think that's a Chinese thing. I don't think a cartel is, like, a Chinese thing. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just not well educated on Chinese crime. But, I don't know. He kills an entire family because they killed his wife and his archaeologist partner that they never mention after they go to her fake funeral where he almost gets killed by monks. Yeah. But actually, the one good character in the movie was this one, like, gang member. He actually used, like, monkey-style kung fu, and it was great. So basically, Steven Seagal goes to this Chinese barbershop looking for, the guy that killed his wife, the guy that sent the people to kill his wife. And it's, like, owned by the crime family, and he meets these two guys, and he talks to them, and then at one point the guy leaves him in with this other guy, who I don't even remember the name of, but he was great. He was the best character in the movie, and he used monkey-style kung fu, and he was a much, much better fighter than Steven Seagal, but because Steven Seagal needs to win in every single fight in this movie, and he can never, ever lose, he beats him with no trouble at all. Like, the guy is actually good. He's fucking spider monkeying, like, climbing on the walls, and Steven's just like, he's just doing this, like, it was the best scene in the movie, but not because of Steven. Like, he was the one thing that was holding that scene back. The dude that actually was doing kung fu was way better than him. I was rooting for that guy. I was rooting for that guy to kick Steven's ass, because he was actually knew how to do shit. He holds the whole movie back, actually. Honestly, this movie would be a lot better if Steven Seagal was not in it. If this movie did not star Steven Seagal, it would be decent. If it had a better writing team, better editors, and a better special effects team, then it would be decent. It would be passable. Because the premise is alright, but Steven Seagal just cannot act, so he really, really does not help. At all. Let's say everything else could stay the same in this movie. But if just Steven Seagal was not in it and he was replaced with a guy like, I don't know, Jackie Chan, this would be good. This movie would be alright. Because Jackie Chan can actually act. You know what I mean? Because he's fucking Jackie Chan. But with Steven, he's so uninteresting to watch, and he's so unintentionally hilarious. It's so distracting from the film's plot. At one point, I actually forgot, like, about most of the plot. I remembered it for the review, but... Or did I? Maybe I didn't. But it was just, he was so distracting because of how terrible he was. It was just, I don't know. He wasn't good. Which doesn't surprise me. He never is. But then, well, basically he kills the crime family, and, well, the other only good scene in the movie is when he fucking throws a sword at the, like, main bad guy, and it flies like a fucking boomerang, and it chops his head off, and he dies, and it's amazing. It looked ridiculous, and I don't think a sword works like a boomerang, like it's like, oh yeah, it was and in the thing, he had a katana, and they're all Chinese. Well, actually, excuse me, maybe it's not a katana. Don't kill me, and don't quote me on this, but I think they used a katana in that scene. They're all Chinese, and katanas are Japanese. Don't kill me. If that's actually a real Chinese sword that I don't know about, please tell me in the comments. But if it isn't, That's a bit of a cultural inaccuracy there. But anyway, the movie is just really bad. So I remember there was a scene where Steven Seagal was going into like an illegal, what do you call it? Like gambling private room where they would like gamble and do illegal shit, and he like walked in and he killed a guy, and then he ran out like this. He ran out like a fat kid running after a like an ice cream truck. He was just like he had no neck. Like he was just like it's so hard to take Steven Seagal seriously. Like he thinks he's the coolest motherfucker on the planet. Like I don't think he understands that he's not nearly as cool as he thinks he is. This movie was enjoyable, but for all the wrong reasons. I don't think this film is very good on an objective standpoint. I don't think it's very good, which is a given. It's a Steven Seagal film, but I'm gonna rate this film obviously in my 3 ways of reviewing it. So my first way is the real, actual movie standpoint review, and I think I'm gonna give this film like a 2 out of 10. This film is terrible, and there's not really anything good about it. It's a shitty Steven Seagal action film. If you're looking for any good films, as I've said before, you stay away from his entire filmography, as I've said before. But now, from ironic standpoint, I think I'd give this film like an 8 out of 10 on the ironic scale. And on the Steven Seagal, I've seen better, but I've definitely seen worse. So I think I'd give it like a 7. 7 on the Steven rating. So, okay. Real movie standpoint, 2. My, ironic enjoyment review, 8. And, Steven rating, 7. Alright, guys, so thanks for watching this video. Thanks for watching this episode of Quick Quips with Steven Seagal. And, I hope you liked it. I hope you, like the video, share with your friends, subscribe, turn those notifications on, leave a comment on how much you liked it, and, do all that good shit. And, hope I'll see you in the next video. And this has been Quick Quips with Steven Seagal. Signing off. Oh, shit, not the spinner belt.
Jesus Christ. I'm like some kind of retard.
No, it's good. It's good.
Is it good?
It's good.
Oh my god.
I saved the spinner belt. Okay. That's good. Take 5.